So please pray for that. And whoops, I just kicked the pew. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Coffee with Father James. I'm drinking from my crushed paper mug, which was a gift from Father Ronald from Latvia. Came all the way from Latvia. Why exactly I chose this mug, I hope to explain to you at the end of the video, so stick around and find out why I chose this mug. I want to talk to you about our annual preaching series on giving. That's right, it's that time of year again. Everyone's favorite preaching series. You know, every year when it comes close to this, I have to battle with the temptation to be overly apologetic. There you go, see? I have to fight against the temptation to be apologetic for this preaching series because I still feel we can't, it's going to be a bit of a burden to speak to people about this topic. I've got to remind myself that people aren't giving, they're not giving to me. My salary, I don't get a cut of it. My salary stays the same. In fact, I give to this, I'm a contributor to the mission of this parish as well, the same as anyone, as much as anyone. And this homily challenges me as well. And if we're going to be a parish that engages in its mission, that mission needs to be resourced. There are not just the basic costs of keeping the lights on and caring for the building, these kind of very minimal costs that we would have to cover even if we did nothing except come to church. But we're not trying to be a church of people that just comes to church, the building. We're trying to be a church that helps people to encounter Jesus, become followers of Jesus, grow, that helps all of its members grow to become what the church calls missionary disciples, and to help them be missioned out, not just to serve within the parish, which of course we need people to serve within the parish, but ultimately to serve out there in the world. When we activate people need to be supported. You know that we probably have at least 1,000 regular people who come to this church. Sometimes we still have this sense of the pastoral care that's going to be done by Father James, or even if there's an assistant priest who can help out. But of course, that's impossible to care for that many people. With so much work to be done, people will say, well, just get volunteers. But how many volunteers can one person support? Because if people are volunteering and serving, they need to be supported. And so that raises the whole issue of parish staff. We need to actually have a parish staff, and salaries cost money, and we've got to pay a living wage. Justice demands that, and good practice demands that of us. And besides, if we don't pay a living wage, people aren't going to be able to stay employed within the parish church. So all that to be said, the mission necessitates a preaching series like the one that we're going to have on the weekend of May 9th and 10th, and the 2 weeks that follow after that. We're going to be looking at, again, as we've done in previous years, why we give, how we don't give to the church, we give as the church. Because if you think you give to the church, you're automatically presuming that you're actually not the church. You are the church. You know what I mean? We don't give to pay the bills, we give to support the mission. And we're going to be going deeper on some of those themes. And also it's a time to give our annual financial report back to you. So we want to be transparent and accountable in our finances, and give you a financial report that is easy to understand and will help connect the dots between our giving and the fulfillment of our mission. And so those are the 3 weeks that will be coming up in the middle of May. So please pray for that. And whoops, I just kicked the pew. And as for this mug, my original thought was things become crumpled and they need to be uncrumpled. And that always takes time and energy, Someone's got to pay for it. That was the original thinking behind a crumpled mug. But in the end, I suppose I simply ran out of time. And, well, you know, time is money.